Hi guys, Anisma here. Welcome to another video. If you're new, thank you so much for tuning in, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching my video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to achieve a flawless full face makeup. So today we are starting with our brows. First, I'm using this black pencil to outline the tail of her brows, just to have that, sharp end. Then I'm going with a brown pencil to fill in her brows. I don't know if you get me. I've been doing this particular step recently and I am loving it. So yeah, I'm just filling the tail of her brows. I'm just filling it halfway. Then I'll resharpen the pencil. Make sure your pencil is always sharpened. Make sure it's sharpened, proper sharpened. Then I'm just using light strokes at the beginning of her brows to make it look as natural as possible. Then I'll fill in the tail, but the front needs to be as natural as possible. You can see this video is quite explanatory, so just watch. It's time for concealer. So I'm concealing the tail of the brows, like her brow bone. I'm concealing that, and that place needs to be sharp. It needs to be sharp. For me, that's the beauty of the brows. Let that tail be properly concealed. So you can see how I'm doing it. I'm just making sure that tail is properly concealed, and I'm using almost same shade with her skin concealer. I don't want the concealer to be too bright. I don't want it to be dark. I just want it to be like her skin shade. Yeah. Time for skin work. Starting off by cleaning off her face. Just the part I cleaned her face before we started, but I'm still cleaning it again. So I'm using a serum all over her face, applying it with my hand. I like using my hand now, but make sure your hands are clean before you apply any product on your client's face. So now I'm going in. I applied a moisturizer off camera, sorry guys. So now I'm applying a primer. This is a Pheora primer. It's very smooth. I don't know, it just feels good on the skin. I don't know how to start describing it, but yeah, that's what I'm using. One of these days I'm going to be showing you guys my products, each of the products I'll show you guys. But yeah, after which I'm applying her foundation. I'm using a brush. You guys, recently I've learned using a brush. I love using a brush, and as you can see this time around, I'm applying it down towards under her jaw, so there's no demarcation between her neck and her face. You guys just keep watching. I'm using a beauty blender to blend everything into her skin to make sure it looks smooth and fine, blended in. Yeah, so now I'm applying her concealer. Now I'm using brush instead of applying the concealer directly. I'm using brush because it just makes my concealer look put together. And yeah, I'm just applying it on the places I usually apply my concealer. My client is already tearing up. Her eyes are very, very sensitive, so she's already tearing up at this point. But I just told her to just bend her head so she won't look directly upward. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm just applying her concealer, all the areas that I usually apply my concealer. Now, blush time. I'm applying her blush using the brush first. You guys will see. There's a little bit of change here and there. Other than, we learn every day. You guys, we learn every day. So I'm trying to like change my techniques, learn a few things. That's how life should be. We don't stop learning continues. So right now I've started using brush to apply my blush before going in with a blender to blend it out properly. So yeah, as you can see. It's time to set under her eyes. I'm using a loose powder today. I'm not using a pressed powder. See, you guys, I'm changing things a little bit. I've learned a few things that I want to be trying. So now I'm using a loose powder, a setting powder actually, to set under her eyes. Not baking, setting. Layer by layer, step by step. I'm not applying too much. When I apply it on this blender, I'll dust it off first before going in to set the powder. Then I'll go layer by layer. If you use too much, your under eye is going to crease and you won't like that. So after I've done that, I'm just blending the rest of her face together. I'm just blending the rest of her face, like I'm combining everything. You guys know these things already. Like, you guys know this thing already. So after that is done, I go into like bake her under eyes. I just go not really bake, to be honest, you guys. I wasn't planning to do this step, but I did it anyways. So I'm just applying powder. This is a setting powder. This is the Airspun. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but it's going to be on the description box. All the products that I use is going to be down below in the description box. So I'm just using this under her eyes. I'm just applying it everywhere I set or applied my concealer. I'm just using it there. Then now I'm contouring her nose. You guys, I was using this brush. I was using the brush, but you guys know that my very old brush, but you see, I still go back to use that brush because that brush just get the job done. This thing I'm using, it is not working. Like, it's not doing the job for me. I have to go back to this my 100 years old brush to snatch the nose, and you can see it's getting the job done like properly for me. I'm obsessed with these brushes. Some of them are way old, but yeah, for now I'm still using them till I get a better one that does the job for me like they do. So yeah, just snatching her nose. You guys already know snatching of nose is like one of my favorite things to do. So yeah. So I went with a concealer to conceal her eyelids. Today I'm not using an eyeshadow primer. I'm using a concealer, and I'm using the Avour cosmetic concealer. If you guys watch my video, you will know this already. So after I've concealed her after I conceal her eyelids, I go in with this the same contour shade I use for her nose. I just use it like, let me just see her transition color, the transition color for the eyeshadow. After I've done that, I'm using this like brownish, or should I say dark red. I don't know the shade, but yeah, I'm using this. I'm applying it on her inner corners. I'm working my way forward, but I'm just going in light-handed. This is like a nude palette. I think that's the name, a nude palette. A nude palette. A nude palette. It's quite affordable. I can't remember how much I bought it, but I think it's under 5k. So after I've done that, I'm using this small fluffy brush to just blend everything together, make everything look seamless. You guys will see. I'm not in the mood to talk plenty today, but yeah, You guys will see. Now I'm just applying this nude shade on her lids. You guys, when it comes to matte eyeshadow, don't rub. You just have to tap, like just tap it on it. Don't rub, and you go layer by layer, and you don't apply too much. If not, it's going to look cakey, like cakey. So first layer, second layer. I think the second one you should be done in the second layer. I don't know if you can see. And the palette I'm using for this step is the Morphe palette. I think from Elsa. No, Morphe palette. No, is the Elsa's Pro palette. Yeah, the all matte palette. Yes, Elsa's Pro all matte palette. That's what I'm using for this particular step. And I think the dark shade from inside is from this palette. That's what I use to apply. There's a shade I apply along the line on the outer corners of her eyes. You guys will see. So I like this nude shade. I like this nude shade a lot. It just made sense. It's very fine, as you guys can see. I love it. So I'm just making sure everything is fine and put together. You guys can see how it's looking. I think now I'm applying the black shade or something. Okay, I went over the lids again to make sure it's popping. Yeah, I'm using the shimmer shade from the Huda Beauty Mint palette. I apply a little bit of glitter glue, and then I'm applying the shimmer on it, and it looks fire. As you can see, these are not pigment, these are just shimmers with glitter glue, and it looks good. Now I'm just smudging a little bit of that dark brown color under her eyes. Like, I'm just making that, I'm just smudging a little color there to make that place dark, as you can see. Yeah. I'm just dusting off the excess powder under her eyes. See, my clients have cried throughout this makeup. You guys will see it. Okay, I think I cut off all, but you see that her eyes are red, so she was tearing up. But then I just allowed the tears to dry, and then I just sweep off my powder, and everything just went off. You guys can see, you won't even see any trace of tears or anything. I allowed it to dry. There was no magic that I did, so I think I'll show you guys that trick one of these days. But yeah, I'm just cleaning off or sweeping off the excess powder, and then pressing the ones that I want for her skin. I'm just pressing it into her skin. Now I'm applying a little more blush on her cheek, just to make sure she is like a blushing baby. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing. After that is done, I went into with a blending brush, like a big powder brush, to blend everything together. The blush was looking very bright, so I had to use my powder to tone it down. It was looking too bright. Her eyes is already bright. I don't want the blush to be screaming again. So yeah, I'm just tuning it down. I'm tuning it down till when I'm satisfied with how it looks, then I'll stop. You can see I add a little bit of powder then, just to tone down the blush. I'll apply it on the other side again. Yeah, tuning down the blush. Look at those eyes. It looks like pigment, not pigment, my love. The Huda Beauty Mint palette is fire. Like, all the colors in that palette is bomb. I'm going to show you guys one of these days. Now I'm just lining her lip. You guys should ignore my voice, so my voice is a bit down today. Yeah, but just manage it. I promise to do better the next time. So yeah, I'm just lining her lips with a brow pomade. I love to use brow pomade because it makes your lips just pop more. It makes your lips stain last longer. Everything you do. Look at my serious work face. Look how I'm pushing my mouth. Hey God. Oh God, I'm just seeing this now. I didn't even notice it when I was editing this picture. Or this video, sorry. So now I'm just going in with this. There's this, I think, maroon color lipstick. Yeah, you can see I'm just using it over. I'm just going over the lip liner, the brow pomade I used to line her lip. I'm just using this color to go over it to make it look a bit lighter. I don't want it to be dark, so I'll just go over it until I'm satisfied with the shade. Then you guys will see. Now I'm just using this peachy pinkish shade on the middle of her lips. I didn't do too much on this lip, so to be honest, I just used my brush, blend it into her skin. I say into her skin, into her lips, you guys, sorry. Just blend it into her lips. It looks, I was just going for a really nude lip. I don't want anything much. You guys, don't mind my English today. It's just going anyhow. I don't even understand it. But yeah, I'm just going over her lips with this. When I'm satisfied, now I'm just rounding up this look. We'll be done in a few seconds. So I'm just applying mascara to her lower lashes. Make sure everything is good. I said, oh, let me put little, glow on her face. So I'm applying a little bit of highlighter. Everywhere my light is going to hit when she's taking her pictures and videos, I just apply the highlighter on. Just applying it so that her face will shine. You can see the difference it's doing to her face already. So now I'm just using my beauty blender to blend in the highlighter into her skin because it was looking too bright. Now I use my setting spray. I spray her face properly. I battle spray. And voila, the final look. I hope you guys enjoying this look. You learn a thing or two. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, my loves.